everyone, I am your host Tay, and welcome back to another episode of All Things Lifestyle. I am so glad to have y'all listening today, your listening ears. I hope this gets you through whatever tasks that you're doing. If you have the podcast on in the background while you're cleaning, or maybe you're doing like a mindless activity, whatever you're doing while you're listening, or if you're just listening, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. So today's episode, I'm going to be talking about my toxic traits. I thought this would be fun to do, kind of exposing myself, but we just going to get into it later on. Okay, so to start off this episode, I just want to say I tried the infamous 12-3-30 workout, treadmill workout. So that workout is incline on 12, speed on 3, and you do that for 30 minutes. Y'all, this workout it's intense. Like, you have to adjust it to where you are fitness-wise. I can say, me personally, when I'm on the treadmill, I rarely ever do incline, which is kind of weird, I feel like, because I feel like walking incline, that's kind of like perfect cardio. But I never do incline because I'm always like jogging and running. But that 12 incline, so going from like little to no incline to 12, that's a big adjustment. But I can say within like the past couple months, I started incorporating a little bit of incline when I would do like the Peloton workouts and stuff. So I've been incorporated little by little. I feel like the most I've done was like maybe like 6. But yeah, I had to double that and do 12. So I just jumped straight into it. I did it, and it's a workout. You literally sweat. Like, you're sweating. You're getting a good workout in. And it's for 30 minutes. So when I did it yesterday, I think I went, the mileage was like 1.4 miles. And I'm going to be honest, I was not on 3 the whole time. I had to go from like 2.8 to 3. Like, I would skip back and forth sometimes. The highest I went was like 3.2. But I wasn't at 3 the whole time. I did go down to 2.8, just give myself a little bit of a break, and then I would like get back into it. But yeah, it's a challenge. It's difficult. So if you are looking for a challenge, a new workout, new cardio, 12-3-30. Because I feel like all like the fitness, well, maybe not the fitness bloggers, but like the lifestyle vloggers I watch, they always talk about 12-3-30. And I'm like, let me just try it, whatever. Because I didn't want to do like a heavy cardio day, like running or the Stairmaster. I just wanted to move my body. And I was like, oh, let me try the 12-3-30 workout. You're walking the whole time. That's where it's like, oh, people are probably like, oh, you're walking the whole time. It's not that bad. It's something. You're going to feel something. You're going to feel it all in your booty and your thighs. You're going to feel all of that. So highly recommend that. If you just want to walk, get moving, 12-3-30 workout is a good one. So the holidays are coming up. Black Friday is coming up. Cyber Monday is coming up. So I just like randomly thought of this. I'm literally going to start adding everything to my cart, like the stores that I'm shopping at. So on Black Friday and on Cyber Monday, I could just check out. On Black Friday and Cyber Monday, I hate actually like shopping and looking for stuff. So I feel like it is helpful to just look this week and next week, everything you want, add it to your cart. So literally all you can do is just check out. Now, of course, I'm not speaking on if you're actually going in person Black Friday shopping, then that's different. You're going to have to just look around and shop. But if you are shopping online, start adding stuff to your cart now. So that way, all you got to do is check out. Or if you want to just add a couple last minute things, but literally all you're going to have to do is check out. I just thought of that like randomly like last week. I think I had texted my sister and told her, I was like, hey, little tip. Add things to your cart now. So that way, like, periodically over the next couple of weeks. So that way, when you get ready to check out, they're already in there. Unless it sells out. That's the worst. When you have stuff sitting in your cart, then you go back to your cart like a week or two later, and it's like, oh, this is sold out. So that happens to me a lot with Fashion Nova. But yeah. So a little tip for some holiday shopping coming up. I'm going to have like some more like I want to do like a holiday like gift guide episode and some holiday party tips and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna do that next month. So that's gonna be like some December episodes. I'm gonna do like a holiday gift guide, because I know a lot of people like have problems getting people gifts. Well, not problems, but like trouble. Like, I don't know what to get this person. So hopefully that episode will help. So that'll be coming up soon. That's probably gonna be the first episode in December, actually. So yeah, look out for that holiday gift guide coming. Oh, another thing. Another thing I wanted to say. I feel like as a person, if you see someone that's attractive, or you want to talk to them, if you see somebody you like, just speak to them. Because I promise you, staring and walking past them all the time, they're going to think you're a creep. Like, I'm just saying, because I've literally had that happen to me. Like, this guy, like, will literally walk past me, stand directly next to me, stare at me, and I'm like, okay, it's creepy. I'm like, say hey. I literally said that in my mouth. If you gonna stare at me, say hey. Like, and I'm like, I don't want to be like, I don't know if it's like a mean girl, like, dang, hello. But it's like, if you're gonna stare at me, walk next to me every time you see me, then just say hello. Like, I just want to put that out there, because I just think that is very strange. Like, if you're gonna constantly see somebody and you're not gonna say anything to them, I just feel like that's weird. But you're gonna stare at them and purposely walk next to them, walk past them purposely. You can tell when you're purposely walking past you. Like, I don't know. I just thought that was so strange. I'm like, just say hello, or, have a conversation. Like, we're grown. Like, I don't understand, but, to each their own. But don't do that, because it's creepy. Just talk to the person. That was something random. It's been happening to me, and I'm like, that is so strange. And, it gives off creep vibes. So I be, looking around like, hold on, what you, I don't know if you want some creep shit or what, but you better watch it. But yeah, if you see somebody you like, just talk to them. Don't be weird. And I guess, people can be shy, but it's only you shy for a couple of times. After like a couple of times, you're like, okay, but it's been a couple weeks. Like, that's weird. Anyway, let's get into our affirmation this week. So the affirmation this week is, how others perceive me doesn't define me. And I'm going to say it again. How others perceive me doesn't define me. I take that as, I don't care what nobody think about me. I don't feel like I've ever had. I've never been the type of person to sit there and be like, oh, they're going to think this of me. I don't want to do this because of what people will say. I've never really been like that deeply, but don't let what people view you as think like that's who you are, because it's not. Like, I feel like that's kind of like how social media is. You could see a person, you could perceive a person one way on social media, but that doesn't mean that's who they are. So do not let the way others perceive you, don't let it define you, because especially if they don't know you, 9-10 times out of 10, it's wrong. So yeah, that is the affirmation for this week. And like I said, we're going to be talking about toxic traits this week. So that was the question I asked for the question of the week this week. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so we're talking all things toxic traits. Some toxic traits that I got that y'all had gave me was being mean. Yes, this can be toxic because we don't want a mean girl. We don't like a mean girl, okay? Another one, somebody says, I don't argue. I feel like this could be toxic if you are in a relationship. But even if you are in a relationship with that person or a situation, whatever, I wouldn't feel like arguing. I would feel like just having a discussion, because just completely tuning somebody out when they're trying to express their feelings to you, when you're like not responding at all, then yeah, that's toxic. Like, arguing all the time is toxic, but just having little small arguments here and there, I don't think it's toxic. And trying to avoid arguments is not toxic either. So maybe, is that what you meant? Avoid arguing? I'm not going to tell you what you mean. You said you don't argue, so that's what you meant. And that's something else. Somebody said, seeing a 10 when he's really a 5.5. And that's a word. That's a word, because I feel like us as people, when we want to see something, when we want something to work, we're trying our hardest, we look past the flaws. And not even flaws. We put something onto people that's not even there. Like, they don't even have these certain characteristics and attributes, but we want them to have it, but they really don't. So we're trying to make them a 10 in our head, but like she said, they're really a 5.5. And I hate that we do that to ourselves. Someone said, not caring too much and overreacting a little. Yeah, not caring can be toxic, because that person, or, whoever that you're talking to, family, friends, or whatever, they're going to be like, so you don't even care? Am I talking to myself? Oh, another one. So loving or holding on to someone who is toxic to my mental. And again, a word was spoken. And I feel like a lot of us can relate to it. We want something to work so bad. I have fallen victim to this. I have wanted something to work so bad. I want it to work so bad. I love this person, but it just did not work because they're not good for me mentally, and they're not the person that I want to be with anyway. It's off of love at this point versus like liking the person, tolerating the person. And if they're not good for your mental, let it go. Don't hold on to it. Let it go. And somebody else says, the last one I'm saying, somebody else said, apparently just being me. You toxic. Are you telling the people that you're toxic? Because that's what I'm seeing. We don't like that. The girls don't like that, okay? But okay, y'all, these are some good ones. I like when I read all these responses. But yeah, toxic traits. And I'm going to expose myself and talk about my toxic traits too. Because I don't feel like people are toxic. I feel like, but we all have those toxic traits. The word toxic has been trending for over a year, 2 years now. So yeah, pretty much things about ourselves that we do that we shouldn't do, but we do it. Yeah, I feel like that's a good way. Kind of a good way to explain it, maybe. Before I get into the rest of my toxic traits, I'm going to talk about the Tune In with Tay for the week. So the Tune In with Tay is Ginny and Georgia. Now, I have seen this already. I actually just binged it for the second time because a new season is about to start, I think in December, next month. So Ginny and Georgia, it comes on Netflix. And just to give a good understanding of the show, I'm going to read the info that's on Netflix. So it only has one season, 10 episodes, and they're hour-long episodes. Well, not 60 minutes, but it's 50 minutes. 54 minutes, stuff like that. So it says, free-spirited Georgia, which is the mom, and her two kids, Ginny and Austin, move north in search of a fresh start, but find that the road to new beginnings can be bumpy. And the genres, romantic, TV drama, a little comedy. It says this show is scandalous and emotional, which I agree. But yeah, it's such a good show. The mom had a troubled past, and she's trying to make right of trying to pretty much, those shows where you're trying to build a whole new life. That's what the mom is trying to do, but she ran into some things and the past catches up with her. So highly recommend Ginny and Georgia. It's a really good show. Honestly, I just binged it for the second time over the weekend, and I would watch it again. But I had to, because this came out in this came out last year. I don't know why I feel like this came out in 2020. Because I watched it and I literally forgot some parts, what happens here? And I don't know, I thought that came out in 2020. But it came out in 2021. So new season is coming. I want to say December. It doesn't say on Netflix, but it just says it's official, new season is coming. Definitely check that out. Ginny and Georgia, such a good show. And honestly, in the show, Ginny's kind of toxic in the show, a little bit. We love Ginny, love her. When y'all watching, y'all can see what I'm talking about. She a little toxic, but that's my girl. And okay, so let's get into the toxic traits. So one of my toxic traits this is my main, like when I was writing down a list of toxic traits about myself, this was the first thing I wrote down because it's really, yeah. So the first one is procrastinating. I am a procrastinator. And I feel like a lot of people have this have this toxic trait because I will put something off until the last minute. Why am I like this? I don't know. Sometimes I'll be ahead of the game and I'll get my stuff done. You know, if I have a deadline, I'll get it done 2 or 3 days before. Or shoot, depending on when I get the task, I'll get it done a week before the deadline. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what mode I am in. But if I am in chill mode, because I can be in chill mode for days. Okay, I can be in chill mode for days. I could just chill, go to work, and not want to do anything. And I'm just being real. So, yeah, procrastination is definitely my number one toxic trait. My second one is my face expressions. My face expressions, and I have been like this since I was a little kid. I distinctly remember every time I would get in trouble, I would get yelled at. You could see what I'm saying in my head and on my face. That's why in 2020, when COVID broke out and the mask was mandated, I was making all kind of faces. Only thing is I still couldn't roll my eyes because I'm a eye roller. I will roll my eyes, don't care who you are. And toxic. I'm an eye roller in my face. You see what I'm thinking on my face. That's what a lot of people tell me. They be like, Tay, fix your face. Tay, your face. I'm like, sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But like, yeah, I wear my emotions, my expressions on my face. You can see it. I feel like I may have I probably haven't gotten better. I could say I may have gotten better because nobody has told me lately. No, probably haven't. It just is what it is. I can't help it. I've been like that since I was a kid. It's one of those things where it's like, accept it. Is that toxic too? You're going to accept it, period. No, definitely my face expressions. And okay, so this is kind of toxic. This could be like toxic and like the spoiledness in me, but like, okay, so say if I'm like talking to somebody and I want their attention right then and there. Like, I don't want to wait, answer the text in 2 minutes. Like, you need to answer on the second ring if you don't answer on the first one. Like, I want your attention right then and there. That's definitely a toxic thing in me. And like I said, this could be like toxic or like just a spoiled brat in me, but like, I just get in these moods where I'm like, I want your attention. Even if it's your attention for like 10 minutes. I'm not sitting here saying I want you to talk to me all day or be around me all day, but I want your attention in that moment. Don't ignore me. Because then that you want to fight. Now you about to piss me off. And that's toxic because people have lives. People can't stop what they're doing to talk to me because I'm like, hey, like, I'm in that mood where I want to talk. And like I said, it's not long term. It's, 10, 20 minutes. If I want a little attention, I want a little flirt, something like that. Yeah, definitely toxic. And then, like I said, if I don't get their attention, and I want their undivided. Don't be doing nothing Don't be doing nothing when I'm in this mood. Like, I need you to be here, one-on-one, period. Oh, and another thing. Now, I feel like this is, all women can relate to this. You tell him to leave you alone, but you really don't want him to leave you alone. Like, that definitely just, is the complete opposite of what I just said my other toxic trait was. But, yeah, you be like, leave me alone. But in your head, you don't want him to leave you alone. So, say if y'all, texting or something and y'all get into a little mini argument, a little disagreement, nothing crazy. And you know how the text be like, all right, then. Bye. But you don't say bye. But then you be like, bye. And then they say bye. You be like, wait. Oh, so you really saying bye? No. I said bye, again, to get your attention. Stop playing with me. So you want them to, leave me alone. Don't talk to me. But you really want them to be like, yo, what's up? What's up with you? Y'all don't judge me. I know y'all feel me, though. I know y'all feel me when I'm talking. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Another thing that I have that's toxic. I have trust issues. I know. I feel like I don't have trust issues with like a person if they don't give me a reason. If you give me a reason off bat, like you start lying and you start moving funny, then yeah, the trust issues will start to creep in. But right off the bat, I don't feel like I have immediate trust issues, but I'm always on guard. And I feel like that could kind of transpire into the situation. But I mean, I don't know if that's toxic because people can't be trusted. People be doing some crazy okay? Eating something before bed. That's toxic. That is toxic because, let me tell you, eating before going to bed, it just sits on you. You're not even letting it really digest. Eating before bed, I don't know why that's a thing. Why is that a thing? I don't know. I hate it so much that I do that. Like sometimes it might not even be something major, but I'll try to like keep it to where it's like not unhealthy and try to keep it healthy. Maybe I want a piece of fruit. I think I talked about this in my healthy eating series, my Get Healthy series I did over the summertime. And I talked about eating, and I'm like, okay, if you want something before bed, something light, a little piece of fruit, a little piece of carrot, something. Oh yeah, check out the Get Healthy series if you haven't. I have 3 episodes in that series talking about getting healthy, getting moving, what to eat, and all that good stuff. So go check it out if you haven't. Next toxic trait. I'll wake up on time, right? But I'll just lay there on my phone until I'm late. Why am I like this? And I'm really saying, I'm exposing myself, but I know I'm not the only one. And I know I'm not the only one because when I be talking, y'all be like DMing me like, oh, Tay, I be doing the same thing. So I know y'all feel me. But literally, I will wake up on time. I wake up early, maybe an hour early, 45 minutes early. And I still lay there till I'm late. And I be thinking I could get ready in 15, 20 minutes. And I have proven to myself time and time again that I cannot. But I don't know why. In my head, I feel like I can. And I cannot. Like, literally. And then, so pretty much I'll lay there until I'm late. But it's like, why am I late when I woke up early? That does not make sense. It don't make sense. But again, toxic trait things. But honestly, these aren't things that I'm like, oh yeah, this is my toxic trait, deal with it. No, these are things that I know I need to work on. The first step is admitting them, right? Period. Another one, let's see. I put off things I don't want to do. Now, I feel like this kind of goes along with procrastination too. Putting off things you don't want to do. Procrastination, yeah, same thing. That's the same. Another one, I can be clingy. I can be the clingy type, which I hate that about myself. Out of all of these, I hate that the most. Because I could be clingy, and then when the other person is like, I feel like I'm getting on their nerves, and then I'm like, oh, I'm doing too much, and then like I'm trying to plan stuff and just doing the most. Being clingy and doing the most, sometimes that can be me. And I'm like, and that's when I gotta tell myself like, okay, Tay, calm down, unless the energy is reciprocated, I be having to like pull it back, go both ways of toxic and not toxic. Cause some people like that. Some people like that. Some people don't. Me personally, okay. So I say I'm clingy. I don't want nobody to be clingy to me if I'm not clingy to them. And honestly, if I'm not clingy to you, I probably don't even like you like that. And I'm not sitting here saying every guy I like I'm clingy to, and I'm not like super clingy, but you could tell I'm like clinging a little bit. And if I don't cling at all, and if you clinging to me, and I'm just over here like, then I'm like, it's a no for me. Last but not least, toxic trait I'm gonna talk about, shopping addiction. Y'all, my shopping addiction is real. I don't buy everything. I'm not gonna say I buy everything, but I buy a lot of stuff. I honestly feel like I have gotten better though with buying stuff this year, specifically this year, because some stuff like for example, when I'm in TJ Maxx Marshalls, Home Goods, Sephora, Ulta, all of those stores where you're in the checkout line and they got all those things in the checkout line and you're like, ooh, oh, well, me, I'm like, ooh, let me get this. I'll just like pick up stuff. Ooh, a mug. Ooh, a notebook. Ooh, an eyeliner. Little mini size, especially the mini sizes. I need the mini size just in case I go somewhere and then I need to put it in my purse. Y'all, it's bad. So definitely a shopping addiction. And along with that, I can be impulsive, like I just said. I'll just pick stuff up. Think about it later. And 8 times out of 10, I'm not going to return it because I'm going to find it somewhere in my brain that this was logical to buy and I need it. And then months later, when I find it, because I'm not using it, and I find it and I'm like, ooh. So sometimes I'll get stuff and I use it later on and I thank myself later. But sometimes I get stuff and I find it later on, months later, and I'm like, that was a waste of $8. We think of like, oh, $8, $5. It's nothing, but it's something. I would say I have a shopping addiction for sure with clothes. Shein, Fashion Nova, chokehold. Like, I will buy clothes on there all the time because they always got sales and discounts, and definitely not good because I'm trying to save, which I've been doing pretty good on my savings. Actually, she's actually been doing good on her savings, but I could do better without my shopping addiction and without being impulsive. So that's probably something I'm definitely going to work on. I need to start working on it ASAP. I feel like I'm working on it now because I don't, like, this small base I'm at, I don't have anywhere to shop. And I'm like, I'm shopping online, but like, not really, because it takes forever to get here. By the time it gets here, I'm like, it's not exciting. It's exciting when it gets here, but like not as much. So my toxic traits were all over the place. And that's another thing too. Like, I wasn't just talking about like one specific, I was just talking about my toxic traits in general, like life, and this is what I do. That could be annoying. Oh, and I meant to say, so my podcast, I do upload my videos, my episodes on YouTube. It's no video yet. It's just my logo on there. But these episodes are on YouTube if you want to listen to them on there, if it's easier. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's All Things Lifestyle Podcast. Like, comment. If you're on YouTube listening, hello. That brings me to the end of this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will talk to you guys next week. And remember, it's a lifestyle. Bye.